What's going on, everyone? Investor here. It's time for my weekly portfolio update. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and then hit that bell icon. I don't want you to miss any new videos. I was able to deposit about $275 into the account this week. So as you can see, my account is sitting right at $21,400 here at 21,492 cents. So technically I'm down about $208 on the week if you subtract out that deposit. So kind of an up and down week. I thought Friday was going to end a little better than it did. Kind of started out really well, and then it flatlined, but it rebounded a little bit. But thought it was going to recoup and come back a little bit stronger than it ended. But nonetheless, you can see here, $19.56 is how it ended Friday. So at least it ended up. But if you look at the month overall, the month of June here, it was up and down, kind of roller coaster ride a little bit for the entire month. But either way, kept putting in the time, putting in the effort, and putting the money in and trying to grow the account the best that I can. So this upcoming week, or let's say this past week, I did receive one dividend payment, and that finished off the month of June. We'll cover that here in just a second. But this upcoming week, I plan on dollar cost averaging again, as well as putting money towards the holdings that are kind of going on sale or have been on sale. So I've been doing that now for a couple of weeks, and I kind of like doing that, especially you dollar cost average into things that are up, high or up, or when they're down. Either way, I've been putting some money into some of the ones like that, as well as focusing on the ones that have been down. So been kind of not focusing as heavy as on the three that I have that are goals for the year, only because I kind of figured out, this method that I've been working on to try to help bring some of the ones that are kind of struggling up a little bit, especially ones that I know that once everything kind of gets right with the world, with the interest rates, and hopefully all the Fed decisions and everything that's been going on, and the elections and everything gets past us, things will rebound into a normal world for us. So I do plan on putting at least a little bit more overtime coming up this week, and so hopefully the following deposit I'm able to make will be about 1,200 or so. Really been putting in the hours and trying my best to fund the account. Only way to get it to grow is put in the work, put the effort in, and do it right. So new month, which means new quarter, everything kicking off this next week. So it should be a pretty good dividend week, especially the first week of every month for me seems to be pretty heavily front loaded, as well as July is one of the big quarterly months. So I think the very first day is SCHD. Expected to receive like $42 or something like that right from them right out the get go. So that'll be a good way to start the week. So you guys will have to stay tuned for the video I make for that the following week. But let's jump over to the spreadsheet and I'll show you what I've been up to this week. All right, taking a look at the spreadsheet, you'll see a couple of additions to the portfolio this week. Not an entirely whole lot of new fun stuff added, but enough to keep me busy for the week. But before we get into them, I do appreciate the comments, guys, on this spreadsheet. If trying to blow those numbers up for you guys was a bit confusing or harder to see, I apologize. Some things just try to make it work for you, but if it was more of a hindrance, I do apologize. And here on out, going forward, we'll try to do without. So if at any time, guys, throughout the video or the spreadsheets, anything like that seem a little confusing, or things you want to see me either blow up or not blow the numbers up, or try to help out any way that I can so you guys can see it or understand a little bit better, please leave it in the comments. I do appreciate it, guys. I try to get to all the comments and try to respond to you guys appropriately. So let's jump down the list. So first off, you see I added just over a quarter share of SCHD. This is still just sticking with my plan to add to SCHD as often as I can. Really try to grow this holding here. Same thing with O Realty. I do believe that this is gonna work itself out once the interest rates kind of get fixed. Who knows when, but for now, if it's going to continue to stay on sale, I'm going to continue to buy. So added just under half a share. Scrolling down here, this just under half a share for Altria Group, ticker MO. This was just one of the goals for the year, so just dollar cost averaging to that one. Pepsi, this was strictly from the drip, so you can see 0.063. I received the dividend on that one here on Friday, so it was a little over $10. We'll cover that in just a minute here, but just let that drip and reinvest back into itself. I didn't add any more to it other than the drip. Appreciate the comment here. I have been neglecting the Fidelity Index Fund, the FXAIX, so I did add a little bit. You can see it's only 0.105. I think it was only like $20 or $25 I was able to put into that one. So, but nonetheless, I have been neglecting it, and I should be putting more into that, especially if the S&P 500 is going to continue to grow the way that it's been growing. That's I want that growth in the portfolio. So Starbucks 0.192, so just under quarter share basically. This is just because they're continuing to struggle and stay on sale. So I'm going to continue to dollar cost average, try to bring that cost down, in hopes that it will rebound sometime soon. So Apple 0.116, just the customary. I've been doing $25 every 2 weeks. So essentially, when I get paid, just put $25 into Apple. Nothing more, nothing less than that. Just wanting to get in, and then you'll see 0.20 or just under a quarter share of Nvidia. So Nvidia was up and down all week, kind of an interesting play. So now it's more or less dollar cost averaging for me, since my cost base I think is 128, give or take, and the stock is about 126 now. So, but not worried about Nvidia. I think in the long run it's going to work itself out. Even if you look at the 365 history, I mean it's up. So other than that, that's basically what I've put into for the week. So let's go over to the positions. Taking a look here, see quite a few reds still. One noticeably we'll cover here in a minute. Tesla, it is working itself back a little bit. So hopefully, I believe I figured out, I believe 1708 is the price target. I hit that. That means I'm a break even point. And if it hits that, I'm more or less probably going to sell it off. I'll just put that money into something else. So, but we'll have to see how it goes. Hopefully, it'll continue this trend. I'll jump to the top here. So, Realty down $62 for the not horrible, but again, right now with interest rates still kind of up in the upper atmosphere, who knows when they'll come back down. So, JEPI, SCHD seem to be doing relatively well. Even Coke's doing relatively well, up 5%. Energy Transfer, you can see I'm up 17% on the position, or $150 so far. That one is doing relatively well. Altria Group up 8%. So Tesla we just covered. Pepsi, I'm actually down 1%, even after the $10. You can see I received $18 so far in dividends from Pepsi. I did receive the $10, and I think it was like 24 cents or 22 cents. We'll see that here in just a second. Even with that, so I'm down about $2 on the whole position. So I'm not worried about Pepsi. I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. See everything else doing pretty good here. I mean, obviously the underlying position with QQY and JetWire are down, but with the dividends, I'm up. J&J still a little bit on sale. Didn't add any new into that holding this week. Vici, same as I mentioned last week. I think these guys are just in the same boat with O. So I think once interest rates get a little bit better, it'll come back down. So Starbucks continues to struggle, and you see I'm down about $48 in Nvidia, which just 2 weeks ago I was up about $80. So Nvidia is fun right now, but again, I'm a believer in this company. I think it's going to do great things coming up here for the next couple of years. So we'll continue to put some funds into that one. But overall, up $973, or we'll say just under 5% here for the portfolio. Give you guys a look there at the chart. Everything I just mentioned. Jumping over to the calendar. So breakdown of June here, since we did finish off the month. So first off was JEPI, got 1848. You can see $102 now for the year I've received from them. Realty, $81.83 received from them. I did get the 1602 this month. Tesla was a flat $40, received $239 from them. Here's Pepsi at $10.37 received, so 18.47 cents for the year so far. 1366 and 748 for QQY and JetY, so 68 and 41 respectively. And J&J received the $4.96, so $5.56 received from them this year. So I didn't really get into them until earlier here, so that's why there's no dividend. So total for the month was $112.12. So a little over my estimated goal there off the 8 paychecks. So $112, I'll take it. Next month you can see it should jump up. I did get these next 3 months updated, so give or take should be right around those figures there. And the reason I was doing that here, I'll cover more in a minute, but was just to try to see where the quarter over quarter would be. But nonetheless, so far this year, I'm averaging $116.23 a month, 16 cents, still works out about $10 an hour, or 10 cents an hour, excuse me, off the 20 holdings. So jumping across, so there's the 112.12, so up to $697.37 received so far this year. Let's see, the chart's just kind of holding steady. Should be quite a bit higher of a spike now that we're jumping into the quarterly month. Pie charts are up to date and current. You guys can see what I've got going on there. The sector breakdown hasn't changed. There's the goals. See, Pepsi have still got a little ways to go. Colgate-Palmolive's going to be a lot of work, as well as Altria Group, but a couple of these I'm fairly confident I can still get to. Colgate-Palmolive might be a little bit of a stretch, but we'll see. So now that June has ended, the current and goal here for the account, so I'm at $21,400. The goal is to be at 25 by the end of the year. Still have obviously 6 months to go, so just a few $1,000s off, but I think I'm trending in the right direction, so hopefully I can continue that. But 21.4 is a good number to see. Hopefully with the deposit that I've got coming up here in the next probably 2 weeks, I can get that $1,200 or so. Get this account hopefully pushing closer to 23,000, so that would be great to see. So moving along to the quarters, and we'll cover this one here more in a second, but you'll see quarter two received a total of $370.75. So that is up 13.52% over the first quarter of the year. So you can see this one says minus 100 because obviously the quarter hasn't started yet and I haven't made anything. But this is why I was factoring those other 3 months that I was just mentioning, was just to see where it would come out. And I believe it was 4 something was the total there. So I think it was about a 22% increase for quarter three over quarter two. So if everything factors that way, the dividends stick true, and that would equal at least another double-digit growth month over month. So as we get ready for quarter four, and then ultimately we'll do the year-end total. But again, another double-digit growth. So great to see. I'm still trending the right way in the growth column. Take a look here. You can see here 370 there as opposed to the $44 I received in quarter two of last year. So tremendous growth, obviously, for year over year. I mean, it's not a lot money-wise, but percentage-wise, things are looking great. So $697 received so far this year, crushing pretty much all of last year. Here was $355, so pretty much doubled where I'm at there. Still hoping I can get this up and over the $1,000 mark. That'd be nice to get the first 4-digit figure into the account. So jumping over projected income here. Again, still hoping I can get all these orange lines at least up to this $200 mark. Receive $200 a year from each one of them would be great. That trend line sitting at a positive incline. So June is sitting, obviously we finished right here with the $112, but July should be in pretty much a higher spike, should be over this 150 mark if those figures hold true. So continue to trend upwards, which is what I want to see. So I'm going to see new higher peaks, maybe some valleys, but as long as those valleys tend to be higher than the valleys before, then I'm still trending in the right direction. So guys, please continue the comments. This is pretty much what I've got this week. I do appreciate the recommendation on the book. I have put that in my cart to hopefully pick up here from Amazon. Give that a good read. So I just did finish reading The Millionaire Next Door. I thought it was a great book, and have started into Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill. So I guess, like I said in the last video, guys, right now I'm just a sponge. I want to learn and grow and learn everything that I can. So if you guys have any books or anything, videos, anything like that that would be worthwhile or something that you would recommend, please leave it in the comments. I'll give it a look. So other than that, guys, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hope you guys' portfolio was great this week and you guys made some decent dividends and some decent money. And I will see you guys next week. Happy investing.